you're speaking about the moment of learning to put down stories.
Mhm.
And Goenka, has been so skillful in framing the teachings in a way that's quite palatable to a modern secular audience,
Yeah.
as a putting down a story so that you can see them more clearly. But as you do step deeper into kind of this world, you realize there is another story. The Buddha and the Pali Canon and the teachings as a whole ecosystem and landscape.
Mhm.
So I'm curious, what's your relationship like with that kind of that vista of the Pali Canon and Buddhism beyond just, say, the meditation retreat itself? How has that evolved? And would you characterize yourself as a Buddhist, actually?
I don't think so. I mean, I know from my day job as a historian how traditions and religions develop over centuries and thousands of years, how they accumulate this layer upon layer of stories and sometimes mythologies and traditions and rituals. And it becomes so difficult to know what is what was really the original teaching and what was added later. People always project back so many things. For me, what made it easy to say coexist with all these stories and mythologies and rituals is again this emphasis that maybe comes from Goenka and maybe is not part of the tradition, but this is how I got acquainted with the tradition on the reality of the present moment. What is the reality? What is actually happening? And the idea that just believing a story, just believing a theory won't help you. It could be true or it could be false. Even if you believe a true story, simply believing it changes nothing. I remember in several of the instructions that Goenka, again, repeatedly said every deity is Micha deity. Every belief, every view is wrong view. That if you just hold on to the view, oh, I believe in this, so this means I'm a good person and such wonderful things will happen to me just because I believe in this story, then you haven't understood anything. At least this is the way that he put it. And this is still my basic attitude.